Old school birthday party celebration today. It's the birthday. We have some teen trivia, a history lesson from Mike Bunn, the curator from the Columbus Museum. We have formal elegance, and my co-workers help me remember when. And some valuable advice on looking cool. And then it's a tribute to Michael Jackson. So don't go away. It's the D. Armstrong Show.
Live from the WLTZ NBC 38 studios. We're kicking it old school. Bust out those bell-bottoms and tube tops. It's the D. Armstrong Show. In hi-fi stereo and Technicolor. Now, here's the hostess with the mostest, the queen of the disco, the birthday girl herself, Miss D. Armstrong. Now, can you dig that?
Can you dig it? Hello, it is my birthday, and thank you so much for helping me to celebrate. I have wanted to do this for the longest. I tell you, the 70s and the 80s was such a great time. I think we were still kind of cool then. Can you dig it? I have the skinny on the history of this area, some psychedelic music coming up. Our teen reporters are on the scene, and that's far out. Don't you think, man? Yeah, I looked up some slang from the 70s because I didn't remember it all either. Today is all about celebrating where we came from, looking back at the good times and even the not so good times. You know, I was in tears a while ago because my mom called me to say happy birthday this morning, and I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to cry. I give my mom so much credit. Outside of God, she is everything to me. My mom's almost 80. She is in my old truck. I have some properties. She's out there getting the crews together, working on the properties. I love her so much, and that's what I remember, how good my childhood was and how good my mama is. She is my rock. And Janae, I just got to start off with you. What are some of your fondest memories from your childhood and your teen years?
Oh man, you know what? My fondest memory, I was 5 years old, so this was had to be 1990, right before when the 80s ended. And I have a family full of singers. And they would make me get up on the table, and I would sing Sade, I believe it's Sade, been around the world, and yeah. Oh man, that's all the family parties. They would make me sing that on top of the coffee tables, and I remember that.
Awesome. Well, that's what it's about, old school. And everything in life isn't good, but it's so awesome to remember the good stuff. And I got an email today from the pastor who actually married me, Pastor Clemens and Miss Belinda, because we asked for some old school pictures, and I just wanted to show you. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's Pastor Clemens. Oh, and Sister Belinda with the afro wig there. Oh, and that's them today. I'm telling you. They married me, and they will forever, ever be very close to me. And I have to give props to my current pastor, too. He is Pastor McGill from Kingdom Metropolitan, because you know you have to stay in order with that stuff. Okay, so thanks so much. But I love all the pastors I've had in my life, and they were so cool. You know, this weekend is all kinds of stuff that you can do, because one of the things you remember are the movies that were in your past, and there are some box office hits. Nothing about the Oscars, not a whole lot of new stuff, but we do have some box office flicks to show you right now.
I miss going out with you on Saturday night.
I think it would be good for us to go out one night a week where it's just you and me. I think it would be helpful.
You gotta be kidding me.
What?
You just checked out that girl's butt.
Do you think she noticed?
Old dogs are let off the leash in Hall Pass. Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis are best friends fighting the doldrums of established marriages, but their wandering eyes leave their wives exasperated until they come up with a bold solution to give the boys a one-week break from the bonds of matrimony, no questions asked. But the would-be womanizers soon discover the realities of the dating scene aren't what they imagine them to be. Hall Pass is rated R.
Tell him I'm coming.
Nicolas Cage has a hot car and a bad attitude in Drive Angry. He's an escaped convict named Milton out to regain his paradise lost. He's on the trail of a dangerous cult that killed his daughter and kidnapped her baby. Their grand plan is to sacrifice the infant under a full moon, so Grandpa Milton taps into some otherworldly fury to try to save her. His quest nets him a comely hitchhiker, but also puts a demon on his trail. Drive Angry is rated R. That's the box office preview. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
Looking for someone.
Okay, so lots of stuff you can do if you just want to kind of sit around at the movies over the weekend. Facebook. We had an awesome question yesterday because, you know, looking back and feeling good about yourself kind of led us into a makeover. What did we hear from people? Are they into the makeovers?
They definitely are, and what we did on yesterday was introduce the Mommy Makeover on the Armstrong show. And basically what we're doing is taking a really deserved, hard-working mom who may not have time to do things like primp herself, and we're going to bring them onto the show and make them over. And we asked them, who do you think deserves the Mommy Makeover? And thank you, Kelly Presley, for nominating. She said, I would love for Janae to do my Mommy Makeover. And thank you, Vivian, for nominating. And also, Quisha nominated her mom, Carolyn Greer. Please continue to send these nominations because we would love to give someone this Mommy Makeover. So send in your nominations.
Okay, we're going to do that. We'll select someone and we'll let you know. Keep them coming. And then we'll make a selection and make an announcement. And here's a couple of things going on in the WLTZ TV 38 newsroom. Congressman Sanford Bishop, he was at Fort Benning on the Post today. He was talking to soldiers and their families about deployment stress and what's being done in Washington to help ease their burdens. Bishop also addressed veterans to hear about their concerns. He is holding a series of town hall meetings to hear the concerns of those in the military, and he says he wants to hear from those who have retired also. Also in the news, if you're a working mom, it might be having an impact on your child's health, and you might have been wondering what kind of effect it's having. A new study reveals that children of women who are actually working outside of the home are more likely to become ill. A North Carolina State University researcher looked at 89,000 children ages 7 to 17, and it was about 20 years worth of data to get to this. Among the findings, children of working moms have a much higher percentage of getting certain diseases, including asthma. It's important to mention that other studies have found children of working mothers are actually healthier. So there is that conflict. Isn't that something? You'll come out with a study, but there are studies that say sometimes they're actually healthier because the mom has more money and then she can take the child to the doctor. But, you know, in between, there are some people who fall in the cracks. Right now, we're going back to old school. I just walked around the station the other day and I said, you know what, I want you to tell me what your life was like. Columbus is such a varied area. Columbus, Opelika, Auburn, awesome area. And I just asked some of my coworkers, remember when? Tell me about your childhood, and especially the 70s and the 80s. Here's some of what we got.
The music. I love the music, you know, but I like Earth, Wind & Fire, Parliament Funkadelic, the Doobie Brothers. I had an afro. It was, you know, the big fro. I had the really big fro. What's your memory for the 70s and 80s?
From the 70s, not too many. I was 2 years old. From the 80s, well, I still listen to the 80s music.
Because it was the best music.
That's the best music. Some Cyndi Lauper, a little Journey.
First thing that pops to my mind is Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man. Running around in the yard, chasing my sister in slow motion. Every time you jump, you make that, and you land and everything would shake. I remember that.
Fred is actually the head of sales. You know, it takes a wild and crazy guy to head up a sales team. But I remember the $6 Million Man, too. He was good looking, I tell you. Well, we have a new Facebook question. We like to leave you in the evening and over the weekend with a new question. And what's our question for the weekend, Janae?
We're taking it back old school. We're asking our Facebook friends to tell us their fondest childhood memory.
Oh, awesome, awesome. I love hearing that. And that's what it's all about. If I have food in the refrigerator, my children will come home, they'll pull out the old pictures, and that's all they talk about. It's things that we did when we were just wild and crazy when they were growing up. So we want to hear your fondest childhood memories. And we have more to come on the Old School Armstrong show today. We have formal elegance. I tell you, fashion never stops. And we have the lady on top of things standing right behind that camera, and she's going to bring some beautiful dresses. We have a Michael Jackson tribute, and we're also going to be hearing from the curator of the museum after the break.